Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Shah Sir Classes. I am Shah Sir here. My dear students, today I am going to continue with the chapter Heredity of class 10th, and this session will be helpful for all the Karnataka State Board students, CBSE Board students, and also for the class 9th ICSE students. Okay, so before going to this chapter, I just like to brief you few important things here. What are the few important things we need to understand here in this chapter? That is, certain things are got deleted in this chapter compared to your previous syllabus. Compared to the previous syllabus, certain topics have got deleted. Earlier, this chapter was heredity and evolution. Right now, evolution topic has got deleted. Only you have heredity. There is no evolution concept in this chapter. We are not going to study evolution in this chapter. Only we are going to study the concept called as heredity. So here, what is heredity and how exactly this heredity is applied in our daily life? How this heredity is applied in our daily life. That is what we are going to study in this chapter. Before going to this chapter, I like to tell you one small story. If you could able to understand that story, then believe me, this chapter will be very interesting. And also you get the objective why I want to study this chapter. What is the purpose I want to study this chapter? What is the benefit I am going to get in case if I am going to study this chapter? So for that I am going to give one small story behind this. One day, an West Indies girl and a Zimbabwe boy will get married. One day, a West Indies girl and a Zimbabwe boy, they both will get married. After a few couple of days, this both couples will they give rise to a beautiful baby. Okay. After a couple of days, these both will give a birth to a baby. Got it? During the time the baby was delivered in the hospital, the husband was not there. The father was not there of that baby. He was in office. Then what happened is from the hospital side, the doctor will give a call to the father of that baby as stating, "Hello, sir, congratulations. You have got a baby." Then the father is surprised, very happy, emotional. Then he will say in the reply, "Oh, thank you, I'm coming, thank you." Then he will rush to the hospital. He will rush to the hospital to see his newborn baby. As soon he come to the hospital, near to his wife, he will say, "Darling, where's your baby? Darling, where's your baby?" Then her wife replies, "Jano, my baby is here." Excuse me. Then she replies, "Jano, our baby is here." Then he will lift the baby in his hand. He will steer his wife and the baby for some time. Then only one question arises from his mouth. That is, usually you know that West Indies, I'm not targeting any religion or any country here. Okay, fine. Usually, the West Indies people, usually they are in black in color. And even you can see the Zimbabwe, even those people are also a bit black in color. Now, he asked only a small question to that wife, that stating, Janu. I sorry, Janu is husband, darling is wife. Okay. Darling, when I am black, you are black. Then how is our baby's white? He says, Darling, when I'm black, you're black. Then how's our baby is white? When I'm black, you're black. Then how is our baby is white? Then she replies, Janu, go and ask to the next uncle who is next to our home. He will give the answer back. His name is John Mendel. His name is John Mendel. This Mendel, he gave the reply to that question. Certain things happens. He gave that, he illustrated that phenomena by giving an example with a pea plant. He said that in this pea plant you can see this kind of things happens in a plant, then why can't it happens in animals? So that is what we are going to study in this chapter. Certain things are there. Certain things are there which suits us. Might be as soon you born, you might have seen people started recognizing or started comparing with their family members. Hey, देखो 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 अम्मी के चंखिया. Hey, देखो देखो अब्बा की स्नैक लेको आया. देखो देखो दादी के खाना. सेम उनके नानी के जैसा दिखता. We started comparing. Certain times what happens, we cannot able to compare at all. It's not like that. That baby is not of those couples. Of course, that baby is of that couples only. But how this variety has changed, that is what we are going to study in this chapter, heredity. So, heredity is one of the beautiful chapter which helps us to understand the beauty of the nature. How today we looks like our parents. How we have come from our parents' side, but still we look like our grandparents, looks like our uncle. You understood my point? But some are the few more features. As soon we compare, it matches and it doesn't matches. Why it's matching? Why it doesn't matching? That is what we are going to study in this chapter, heredity. So let's get started with the chapter heredity. Let me see the solution for that West Indies and Zimbabwe's couple problem in this class. Yeah. Now, first let us start from the basics of heredity. Now, here we have a concept called as genetics. What it is? Genetics. Genetics. What is genetics? It is the study which deals with heredity and variation. Genetics, it is a study. Understood? If you want to study about heredity and variation, we need to understand here genetics. So genetics deals with the study of heredity and variation. Okay. So this is the definition of genetics. वो एक स्टडी का नाम बेटा, वो पढ़ने का एक नाम. हेरिडिटी के बारे में आपको जानना है. If you want to know about heredity, if you want to know about variations, then we are going to study, right? That study name is heredity. If you want to learn about some calculations, we study mathematics. If you want to study about some physical phenomena, we study physics. If you want to study about some chemicals, reactions, we read chemistry. Similarly, if you want to study about heredity or variation, we use genetics. So genetics, it deals with the study of heredity and variation. Now let me study what is heredity. So children, as you can see here, heredity definition is one of the most important question for exam. They may ask you this question, what is heredity? The transmission of characters or traits from one generation to another generation or the next generation is called as heredity. Children, here you can see some technical words we have used. Which are those? Characters or traits. So here onwards, I'll be using the words traits. You have to understand what exactly the meaning of traits. Traits or characters are nothing but features. What is the meaning of traits? Features. What these features means? What is the meaning of these features? Example, as just said you that as soon we born, might be my eyes looks like my mother. That is a trait. That is a feature. Might be my face looks like my father. That is a feature. Might be my nose looks like my grandfather. That is my feature. The height, the height of mine, it might be it's similar to my uncle. My uncle height is also same. Even I'm also my height is also same. Even my mother is fat. Even I'm also fat. My father is thin. Even I'm also thin. What is this? These all are the traits. See, in some families they say, ah, okay. Are you getting my point? In some families they says that see his father, his father's brother, all were very thin. After they get married, they all become fat. They say right. Earlier they all are very thin. After few couple of years, it's natural they will become fat. Hey, what, ma? Your son is so thin. Why you won't give anything to eat him? Huh? Eat, he will eat full house only. You don't know. It is like his father only. Even his father is also like that only. His complete family is only like that only. Before that, almost everyone will be like this only. You see, before marriage, his photos, how it is. Now you see his father is like this. So he will develop after a few couple of years. This is called as traits. These are the features. Now this feature, as I said you, my father is thin. Even I am also thin. It means what? The trait of my father, the features of my father has transferred to me. The features of my mother has transferred to me. That's nothing but transmission of the features or characters or traits from one generation to another generation. This is your parents and you are the one. Again, if you get married, your child. Again, they if that marry, even their child. So these traits are transferring from one generation to another generation. If the traits are transferred from one generation to another generation, so this phenomena is known as heredity. Any doubts? Is the concept is clear about the heredity definition? So heredity is nothing but the transmission of characters or the traits from one generation to another generation. Similarly, then what is the meaning of variation? My dear students, the interesting concept is here. The differences in the characters or traits between the parent and the offspring is known as variation. That's Zimbabwe and West Indies. Am I right? We see some variations. Might be we doesn't looks like our parents. We may look like our grandparents. That is variation. The differences between the traits or the characters between the parent and offspring. What is the offspring? Offspring is nothing but child. The child of their parent is said to be an offspring. Offspring means ಉಂಗೆ ಬಚ್ಚೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಅವರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಆಫ್ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Are you getting my point? Some children they doesn't looks like their parents. That is called as variation. If you want to see here, you can see heredity says the traits are transferring. We can see the similarity. Variation is telling some differences are there. We cannot find some features. So these are the two different things as we can see in this chapter. Understood? Yes, sir. Is the concept is clear? Understood or not? So heredity is transferring the traits from one generation to another generation. During the transferring of these traits, we find some differences between their parents and offsprings that is called as variation. So children, now see if I am looking my parent means is there anything new to that? No. See, I am looking my father. I am looking like my father. Yes, my father how he is. Even I am also like him. It's nothing kind of a interesting point to learn. Okay, beta. What is here? Pen. What is here? Pen. Is there any interesting thing to tell? Both are pens. What is there? It's natural. When we look like our parents, is there anything there like kind of a surprise concept here? No. When I say that, here I have a pen, but here I have also a pen. Can you see here a pen? No. Here I have a pen, yes. Here I have a pen, no. Then, but still I'm doing the argument. Here I have a pen. Then it. To know about that, we'll be a bit surprised. How it is? I can't see pen, but still sir is telling here pen is there. How it might be? You got my point. Just I am telling the example. When in my both the hands, if I have a pen, I can tell in my both the hands, see children, I have a pen. Okay, sir. Is anything we have to do any argument for this? Sir, no, sir, pen is not there. Kind of a thing. No, when pen have, I'm telling there is a pen. If I don't have a pen here, I'm telling I don't have a pen. It's a natural concept. But here I have a pen, here I don't have a pen. It's something interesting to learn. So here that is what we are going to study about variations in this chapter. Understood what exactly we are going to study in this chapter? Chapter name is heredity only. About traits only we are studying. But how these traits behaves, how these traits behaves, that is what we are studying in this chapter. So children, as you can see, these traits we are going to classify into two types. These traits again we are going to classify them into two types, that is somatic variation and genetic variation. Clear? Understood the concept? The differences between the parents and the offsprings. To learn about that concept, we are going to study its two types. Which are those two types? One is somatic variation and the other one is genetic variation. Somatic, genetic. Now, let me study first about what is somatic variation so that it will be easy for you to study about genetic variation. Okay. Somatic variation. It takes place in the body cells. Where this variation takes place? In our body cells. And next, neither inherited nor transmitted. These traits, the traits which is coming through somatic variation, the features which is coming from somatic variation, this can't be inherited nor transmitted. इसके जो features है ठीक है बेटा, वो हमें transfer नहीं कर सकते ना. कुछ जो features ही, जो traits ही, वो हमें transfer नहीं कर सकते. The traits can't be transferred or inherited. It can't come from our parents also. We cannot transfer also, and it won't come from our parent side also. Such type of traits are called as somatic variation. Excuse me, just 2 minutes. Yeah, children, observe here. What is the meaning of this? I'll just give a small example to understand this concept. Okay, suppose there was a boy. Okay, and let's say, let me say there is a girl. When they both got married, they got some around 3 or 4 children. Assume it. Might be any either it is boy or girl, whatever might be. Okay. They got 4 children. Now his father is an engineer. Assume his father is an engineer by profession. His mother is doctor. Mother is doctor. Now this fellow, he likes cricket. This fellow wants to become like his dad, engineer. This fellow wants to become like his mother, doctor. You got my point? And this person wants to become a businessman. Now, my question is, when his father is an engineer, then definitely his children also should be an engineer only, right? Example. There has to be no. When a mother is doctor, even their children also should be doctor, no? When there is a doctor means the trait of doctor should come in this children also, no? उनके अंदर भी आना था ना, उनके खून में भी आना था ना. जब उनके अब्बा डॉक्टर थे या अम्मी डॉक्टर थे, तो उनके अम्मी का जो डॉक्टर का जो टैलेंट है वो उनके बच्चे में भी आना था ना. You understood my point? Now, as you can see in these examples, these all 4 children, few of them, they are like their parents. Few of them, they are not like their parents. Why is this? Because becoming an engineer, becoming a doctor, or becoming a sportsman, that is their talent. That is their talent. Talent cannot be transferred. Profession can't be transferred. Only the eyes color, your parents' eyes color. These kind of things can be transferred, but not your hobby. No, my interest, sir, I want to learn swimming, sir. Okay, learn. That is your talent. You are liking to swim, so you are going. It's not compulsory that even my children also should like swimming. Might be they are afraid of the water. They don't want to go inside the water. You understood my point? Certain things are there which can be transferred, but certain things are there which can't be transferred. Those things which can't be transferred, like their hobbies, like their interest, like the taste, might be I like masala dosa. My children doesn't like masala dosa to eat. You got my point. So these kind of traits neither be inherited nor be transmitted. The taste can't be transferred. The hobbies can't be transferred. The professions can't be transferred. You understood my point? Understood my point? So this type of things can't be transferred. That is called as somatic variation. Somatic variation is nothing but the traits which can't be transferred. Such type of traits are called as somatic variation. And children's, the another name of somatic variation is acquired traits. This is acquired. I have acquired. I have learned from my interest. I have acquired. I have taken from my interest. I liked, so I have acquired it. So, so I have acquired that. Concept is clear? So acquired traits are nothing but the traits which can't be transferred from one generation to another generation. That is called as acquired traits. Example, boring of pinna, cutting off tails in dogs. Cutting off tails in dogs. Understood? So these all are what? Somatic variation. These traits can't be an acquired trait. Sorry, these traits are called as acquired traits. Yeah, you can see a pinna. Yes, understood. That is boring of pinna or cutting of tails in dogs. It's not like this only examples. You can take a general example. Just now I told you. I like cricket. Might be my son like to become a dancer. Their interest. The cricket sportsmanship has not come in their children's. That is their hobby. That is their profession. It can't be transferred. Anyway, just in exam, you have to write 3 to 4 points about this. That's it. What is acquired traits? Now, children, usually in exam, this question will be not asked you like somatic variation or genetic variation. In exam, they will ask you the question. It's very, very, very important question. Please make a note. Write the difference between acquired traits and inherited traits. The question will be asked for you as write the difference between acquired traits and inherited traits. You know very well that acquired traits are those traits which can't be transferred. Acquired traits are those traits which can't be transferred from one generation to another generation. Understood? They are take place in the cells body, in the body cells. They are going to take place in the body cells. Now come back to genetic variation. Now see here, genetic variation is takes place in gametes. That is called as genes. Gametes means genes. Where the genes are present in the DNA. Where the genes are present in the DNA. They are present. The genetics, the gene, I mean the gametes. That's nothing but the genes are present in the DNA, in the host cell of the body. You got my point? Understood. In the DNA, we have the chromosomes. When these chromosomes, the father chromosome and the mother chromosome, when they both combine together, these both the chromosomes will be helpful. These both the gametes are helpful in the formation of a newborn baby. These both will fuse together. The parents, both the gametes, fuse together in the formation of a new baby. Those gametes will come from the DNA of the host cell. So these features are transferred. The things, the traits which is coming from DNA of the cell, understood. Those are inherited as well as transmitted. We can inherit also and we can transmit also. Understood? Example, the colors of your eyes, the height of yours, or the might be the nose or tongue or lips or ears, anything, your body features. You can compare with your parents. Those traits are inherited. We have acquired. We have taken that from our parents. If the traits, if you have taken from your parents' side, we call them as inherited traits. If the traits we have learned from ourselves, that is acquired traits. Acquired means we have learned because of our interest. Inherited trait means it has already by default, by naturally, it has come from our parents. The traits which has come from our parents' side, that's our inherited traits. Sometimes you can see, might be your father is very angry man. Always he'll be angry. His son is also angry. Someone asked, why always your son is angry? No, he's like his father only. Even his father is also like that only. Sure. We used to tell, right, some kind of traits like this kind of things. Yeah, these things are acquired traits. So these things are inherited traits. We have taken from our parents. You understood? Sir. Concept is clear. Might be his father is Dayalu. Means if someone comes, sir, I have this problem. You have problem? Don't worry, I'm here. Yeah, take this. Go. When you have, come and give me. He's like that. He show courtesy. Might be his daughter is also show courtesy. Then someone asks, why your daughter show so much courtesy? No, she is like his father. No, she is like his mother. Kind of, these are the things has come from their parents' side. So those are called as inherited traits. Example, human height, skin color, eyes color. Might be you can see the eyes color of your might be any of your parents. Eyes color is brown. You're also brown. Sky blue, they're also sky blue, kind of a thing. You can see. We can do the comparison, right? Yeah, those are known as inherited traits. I hope you have got the difference between acquired and inherited. Children, it's one of the important question for examination point of view. Again, I'm repeating, this question will be asked for 2 marks. Write the difference between acquired traits and inherited traits. Sometimes in multiple choice question also they can give you. Some example they will ask, give you, and they will tell you that to identify whether it is acquired trait or inherited trait. And they'll give you a story like what I said you. Example: his father was doctor, he's engineer. His son doesn't like to become a doctor. Why is this? When his parents was doctors, even the children also should be doctors only. But why his child is not accepting to become doctor? You understood our point? Because of acquired traits. Their parents like, so they became. No, he is not liking. There is no problem in that. It's not compulsory that we have to become like our parent. It is your interest. You want to become a singer? Go ahead. It is your taste. You want to become a dancer? Go ahead. Am I right? You want to become a sportsman? Go ahead. You want to become engineer, lawyer, police, whatever it's like. It is your interest because of acquired traits. Concept is clear? Sir. Yeah, my dear students. Now, accumulation of variation during reproduction. Now, accumulation of variation during reproduction. What is the meaning of this accumulation of variation? Yeah, children, please make a note. This question is important for you. This question is one of the most important question. Make a note. What is accumulation of variation? What is accumulation of variation? Okay. So accumulation of variation is nothing but, see here, whenever the traits are transferred from one generation to another generation, just now I told you. Okay. When the traits, when the traits are transferred from one generation to another generation, when the traits are transferred from one generation to another generation, that means the genetic material is transferred from one generation to another generation, we can find a lots of differences. Am I right? We can find a lots of differences in them. मालूम हो बेटा, जब भी एक ट्रेट एक जनरेशन से दूसरे जनरेशन को जाएगा तब हमें क्या दिखाई देगा? Lots of variations we can see in the population over the successive period of time. After certain periods, for an example, you see yourself in your family, if you are brother and sister, can you see Are you looking like your sister? Is your sister looks like the brother? No. Here only we find some differences, right? Am I right? Here only we find some differences in ourselves only, in our family we can say. Might be you take your father, his brother, his brother, his brother, his sister. Is this all looks like unique? Is they all look unique? Same? All like copy paste? No. Why are these? Because this is called as accumulation of variation. Yeah, children, make a note for this answer. What is accumulation of variation during reproduction? Take down. It is the process. It is the process where it is the process where genetic differences. It is the process where genetic differences genetic differences in the bracket right variation in the bracket right variation close the bracket genetic differences in the bracket right variation are passed from one generation to the next generation from one generation to the next generation comma leading to leading to greater diversity leading to greater diversity in a population over time in a population over time. Okay, did you understood? When one trait is transferred from one generation to the another generation, we can find certain variations after certain period of time. Got it? Might be the when the first child has born, if the what is the shape of the child, and the second child who has born, what is the shape of the child? You can see. Might be in yourself, just what I gave the example, like your brothers and sisters. You can compare yourself. In some families also you can compare, right? All are relatively a bit different among each other, isn't it? That is called as accumulation of variation. Understood the meaning of accumulation of variation? Yes, dear students. Now, as you can see, these variations we have got through two types of reproductions. One is asexually reproduction and sexually reproductions. It means that these reproductions we can see in both plants and animals. We can see variations in both the plants and animals. समझे बेटा जिस तरह हमारे अंदर वेरिएशन दिखाई दे रही है इसी तरह प्लांट्स में भी वेरिएशन दिखाई देंगे फॉर एग्जांपल यू टेक ए रोज प्लांट one rose plant is in pink in color one rose plant is in red in color one rose plant it is in white in color all are rose but you can see the differences you can see the variations you understood my point we can see the variations over there understood so this is what we are going to study as of now. So variations we have got in two types. The organisms which is produced sexually, the organisms which are produced asexually. In both the cases we can find variations. So asexual reproduction, I hope you have studied in the chapter how do organisms reproduce. The different modes of reproduction. The different modes of reproductions. I hope you have studied right in the chapter how do organisms reproduce. Example, the different modes of reproduction. Huh? Asexual reproduction, the different modes of reproduction. Budding and hydra. Remember? I hope you have studied right. Yeah, anyhow, let me go proceed here. So, asexually reproduction, variations are few. Means very few variations we see in asexual reproduction. See, hydra, you take one plant of hydra, you take another hydra plant, both are same only, no? Both are giving buds. Just now I said, man, budding in hydra, it is like this, no, man. From this bud, we get a, once if this bud after it get matured, it will detach and it will grow into new plant. Correct? Understood? Example you take, on that time I gave the example no of potato, आलू, पूरे आलू एक जैसे दिखती, पोटैटो, अंडरस्टूड, एक आलू लेकिन छोटा है, एक आलू बड़ा है, इसका साइज उसका साइज अलग अलग है, इसका शेप उसका शेप अलग, लेकिन दो भी आलू है, all are not unique in shape or all are not unique in size. Example I'm just giving, man. You understood? We have variations, but still we can find few variations in asexual reproduction, not much variations we can see. Clear? The organisms which is produced through asexually reproduction, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರೂ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ ಅಸೆಕ್ಷುಯಲಿ ಆಗಿ ರೀಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ. थोड़े वेरिएशंस हमारे को दिखेंगे. We can see few variations. We cannot see maximum variations in asexual reproduction. Similarly, if you come to the sexual reproduction, we can find more number of variations. Example, animals, we. Asexual reproduction is nothing but your plants. Sexual reproduction is nothing but animals. In our body, in our family, you can see, we can find more variations. Like your brothers and sisters, what I said you. We can find more variations. Variations are large. Any doubts? I hope the concept is clear for you guys. Yeah. Now, in asexual reproduction, as you can see, occurs due to small inaccuracies in DNA copying. Small variations are there. Small inaccuracies are there. You take the DNA of rose plant, example. Okay. You take one example of your rose plant. Now, sir, you said one rose color is in red in color, one rose in white in color. We have maximum difference, no, sir? Am I right? This is one question arises, right? Sir. One rose plant is red in color. One rose plant is in white in color. Sir, it is a small change? No, it is a huge change. The complete color of the plant is changed. Am I right? Actually, that plant is not inherited. We have artificially prepared those plants, not naturally born. Those all plants are not naturally born. Here I am discussing about naturally born plants. वो हमें क्या करे बेटा? एग्जाम्पल, एक रेड कलर के, अब इसके बाद में हमें डिस्कस करता हूँ मोनोहाइब्रिड डाइहाइब्रिड, उसके बारे में डिस्कस करता हूँ. अब एक काम करो, रेड कलर प्लांट का एक डीएनए लियो बेटा, ठीक है. पिंक कलर के, व्हाइट कलर के प्लांट का एक डीएनए लियो, ठीक है. इन दोनों के डीएनए को कंबाइन करो, इन दोनों के प्लांट्स के डीएनए को ले को कंबाइन करो तो तुम्हें एक पिंक कलर का प्लांट ग्रो होता. This is how we grow a varieties of plants. This is how we grow a varieties of plants. Understood? Yes, sir. Concept is clear. But here, my dear students, I am not discussing about this topic. I am discussing here about just what happens in asexual reproduction, what happens in sexual reproduction in terms of variations. You understood? Here we find very few variations because there is a small change in the DNA copying. Whenever the DNA copying takes place, a male parent and a female parent. Actually, here there is no male and female because they are asexual reproduction. What do you mean by asexual reproduction? Single parent. Single parent is producing the new variety of plant, right? In germination of flowers, we have discussed, no? Cross pollination. Remember? And self pollination. Self pollination. So, asexual reproduction is self pollination. In self pollination, only a small DNA inaccuracies will be there. That is called as mutation. What is mutation? It's one more question. What is mutation? What is mutation? In some plants, there is small inaccuracies in the DNA copying. In some plants, in asexual plants, you can write. In asexual plants, there is a small inaccuracies in a DNA copying. That is called as mutation. Okay? Clear? Huh? No, see here, mutation is nothing but only asexual plant. Even in sexual plant also mutation will take place. Mutation का मतलब क्या बेटा? Simple. DNA copying होना. इसका DNA और इसका DNA दो भी combine होता ना, उसको बोलते हैं mutation. Just you can write as a plants. Don't write asexual plant. Just you write in plants. Understood? So animals also DNA copying will take place, no? Then why we have to mention plants? Then what we can write the answer here? What can be the right answer? DNA copying will take place both the sides. Am I right? Father DNA, mother DNA, both combines together will leads to a new formation of a baby. ठीक है बेटा. अब इसके अंदर म्यूटेशन का मतलब क्या है? What is mutation? Mutation is nothing but DNA copying. Understood? DNA copying is called as mutation. DNA copying is called as mutation. Understood? Father DNA and mother DNA. When this both the DNAs copying takes place, when both the DNA that is gametes genes transfer takes place, that is called as mutation. Clear? So here we have got small inaccuracies where in asexual reproduction we have got small inaccuracies in DNA copying. In sexual reproduction we have occurs due to crossing over, separation of chromosomes mutation. Here what are we finding here in sexual reproduction? In sexual reproduction we are finding there is a crossing over whenever the gametes will cross with each other. Whenever the gametes cross with each other, there is a separation of chromosomes mutation takes place. Separation of chromosomes mutation takes place. I'll explain you. Yeah. Before this, just write down the sentence. What is mutation? Make a definition. No. I'll give you the example. What is mutation? It is a sudden change. Mutation is a sudden change. Mutation is a sudden change in the genetic material. Mutation is a sudden change in the genetic material or DNA sequence or DNA sequence of an organism. A mutation is a sudden change in the genetic material or DNA sequence, that is DNA copying. DNA sequence of an organism. Of an organism. Full stop. Next line. This results in altered. This results in variations. This results in variations in the individual. This results in the variation of the individual. Understood? Yeah. Now coming back to the asexual and sexual reproduction, I hope you have understood about asexual reproduction, right? It occurs due to small inaccuracies in DNA. During the DNA copying takes place, small inaccuracies are there, small variations are there, so that we find small variations. But in case of sexual reproduction, yeah, children, excuse me. For point number 2, in bracket, you can just make a note of the story about the topic. Make a note. In sexually reproduction, point number 2, occurs due to crossing over, separation of chromosomes, mutation. Just I have given the hint over there. About that, I am just giving you the extra information. Make a note. Crossing over creates new combination of genes. Crossing over creates new combination of genes, 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 comma, while the separation of chromosomes, during meiosis, MEIOSIS, during meiosis ensures that each resulting gamete has a unique set of unique 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 set of genetic material from both parents full stop. I hope you have understood now. The meaning, see, actually here I have given all the lines, only hints, but I have explained you what is the meaning of occurs due to crossing over, what is the meaning of separation of chromosomes. Understood? See, whenever we are doing the cross between the new combinations, whenever we are going to do a cross between a male gamete and the male gamete and female gamete, whenever we are doing the cross between male and female gamete, it creates a new combination of genes. एक नया कॉम्बिनेशन पैदा होता है. Yes or no? जैसे कि एग्जांपल I told you about flower, right? Red color flower and white color flower. When we have crossed, we have got a new combination of flower, that is pink color. I gave the example, no man. Yes or no? एक रेड कलर के फ्लावर को भी एक व्हाइट कलर के फ्लावर को दोनों को हमें क्रॉस करने के बाद एक न्यू वैरायटी ऑफ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ जेमेट पैदा हुआ, न्यू कॉम्बिनेशन जनरेट हुआ. Understood? Well, the separation of chromosomes, when we are doing the separation of the chromosomes during meiosis, this results in what? Gamete has a unique set of genetic material. Unique set of genetic material. Understood? Yeah. Now, what is the importance of variation here? It's important question. What is the importance of variation? See children, depending upon the nature of variations, different individuals would have different kinds of advantage. Correct, no? Depending upon the nature of variations, different individuals would have different kinds of advantage. For example, if some people are very tall, some people are very short. Now these tall people are taking their advantage to climb, to jump. Am I right? The tall people are taking the advantage in the running race. They can jump better than the other because they are making use of their height. You understood? Yes. A fat man, he's using his advantage to steer others. दूसरों को डराने के लिए उसका advantage ले रहा है by showing his body to others. You understood my point? So the peoples, I mean whoever might be. So depending on the nature of variation, different individuals would have different kinds of advantage. Example you can see here, thermostatic bacteria that can withstand heat will survive better than a heat wave. Okay, thermostatic bacteria, एक बैक्टीरिया ऐसा है बेटा, it can withstand heat. इसे कितना भी तुम्हें हीट दो वो सर्वाइव होता है, उतने भी हीट में भी, उतने टेम्परेचर में भी वो जिंदा रहता है. Understood? You got my point? So here they will survive better than heat wave. Similarly, main advantage of variation to species is that it increases the chances of its survival in a changing environment. See children, I'll tell you one more example here. Mm, have you seen we have earlier our complete globe world. If you see the world map, it is like this. Okay, just I'm giving example, man. See, this is one country. Okay, this is another country, and this is one more country. Can you see this? This is one more country. If you join, if you are going to join these spaces, understood, it becomes a complete one region. ये पहले एक ही चेक रीजन था बेटा. After a period of time, they both separated. समझ गया बेटा? Due to some geographical factors, climatic conditions, what happens? They separated. उनके बीच में समंदर आ गया, पानी आ गया. तो एक टेरिटरी, ये दो टेरिटरी को जब तुम्हें ज्वाइन करती, then it becomes like a circle. Okay, now what I just wanted to give an example here for you guys. Observe here. अब ये टेरिटरी में जब ये पहले एक सर्कल था तो इधर कुछ एक एनिमल्स थे. Assume some animals was there. Some animals was there. Example, dinosaurs. It's not dinosaurs. What we say, man? No, man. No, man. Example, पहले तेरा जी dinosaurs नहीं है. This one, man. Picture hai na, English film, movie. That animal was there. No, it is not there. Godzilla. Example. Let me take a Godzilla. Example. English movies are there, no man. Earlier, actually, still we believe that those animals were there. No, they are not present. They are extinct. समझेंगे बेटा. Now, those all animals are very tall in their height. Example. Those all animals are very tall in height. Example. And they can withstand higher temperature. उनको ज्यादा टेम्परेचर में रहने की आदत थी बेटा. टेम्परेचर ठंड रही तो ना मर जाती. But in this territory, so the complete condition was very hot. So they have survived. After a certain period of time, it started breaking. This territory started breaking. Now one part has come this side, the other part went this side. Now when the territory has divided, this territory became hot as it is, and this territory became cold because of the climatic condition. The animals went to this side, they all were died because they cannot withstand the temperature. They cannot withstand that particular temperature. The animals who are there at this side, they have survived. They have survived. Now, after some time, what happens? The food what they were consuming at that time, the food what they were consuming at that time, उनको जो खाना चाहिए था बेटा, okay, the food, the type of food what they were having, they had a culture to have that kind of a food. So that food maximum went this side, minimum remained this side. Maximum food went this side. Already these animals couldn't able to withstand this temperature, so they died. Even though they had maximum that kind of food is available. But here they have here we have animals. They can withstand this at a higher temperature, but no food is available for them to survive. Even here also those animals died. That is called as variation. Variation means those animals they should might be having the capacity to have all the kinds of food. अगर से उनके पास वो आदत रहती तो बच जाते. अगर से उन्हें हॉट टेम्परेचर और कोल्ड टेम्परेचर दोनों में भी रहने की अगर से उनको आदत होती तो बच जाते. अब उनके पास वो वेरिएशन नहीं था. उनको बस हॉट में रहना चाहते थे, ठंड में नहीं रह सकते थे, तो मर गए. I just gave the examples. You understood the difference? What exactly is the meaning of variation? So these variations, my dear students, understood. So the main advantage of variation is that only the chances of survival will increase. If you have more variation, the chances of survival will increase. If you have less variation, the chances of survival will decrease. Now, for an example, let you take in our daily life. Suppose, sir, I am studying BCom, sir. I am studying BCom. I will go to some marketing. I like marketing. I like marketing. And your dad, he has one furniture shop. Example. His business is separate. And you want to go in the some other business. You want to go under some another business. Please understand this example carefully. Your dad is a furniture businessman, but now you want to go under some marketing field of some company. You want to go for the company side. You are not interested in your father's business. Okay. As soon you completed your degree, you got a job. Okay. Starting, you are very happy, satisfied, leading a peaceful life. This is example 1. Now example 2, another situation. This boy, he completed his BCom. He is involved in his father's business. Even his father is also a furniture businessman. Even this fellow is also liking to go in the marketing field. Even he too got a job in a company. Even he is also happy. Now, my dear students, this fellow knows only one job, that is marketing. This fellow knows both the jobs. He knows his father's native business along with what business he learned outside from his knowledge. He knows both the types of business. Suddenly what happened? Some recession took place. So the company removed certain employees. In that, even this fellow was one among that. Even in that, this fellow is also one among that. समझ गया बेटा? अब इसके पास जॉब नहीं है. How he can survive? Now how can he survive? Now even this fellow also was removed from the company side. No, there is some chances for him to survive because he know furniture business also for some time. You understood my point? Yes, sir. Is the concept is clear? That is variation. If you have multiple knowledge, multiple talent, if you are not getting this job, you can do that job. If not that job, you can do this job. Like this, multiple sources when you have, then chances of survival will increase. When we addict to only one kind of nature of business, the chances of survival will decrease. So this is the most advantage. This is the important advantage or the main advantage of variations. So variations will be helpful for us for the purpose of survival. Clear? Sure. Understood? Yes, sir. Concepts are clear? Good. So for example, you can see children here, they have given free earlobes and attached earlobes. Have you seen? See here, can you see these earlobes? Can you see this pinna? Bottom. जरा जनांका ये नहीं क्या बेटा ईयर लोब नीचे का स्किन को अटैच होकर रहता जरा जनांका फ्री यू शेप में रहता हैव यू नोटिस्ड yes sir some earlobes is attached attached earlobes some earlobes are free earlobes so these are the two variants found in human population this is also a variation am I right yes sir some people have free earlobes and some people have attached earlobes that is also a variation we find in the that is also a kind of a variation we find in the human beings got it now my dear students now our Johann Mendel remember the story in the beginning yes. Now Johann Mendel did some experiments did some research why these variations are there what is the advantage of these variations or these variations are helpful to us how are they helpful then he started doing research on that part then my dear students Gregor Johann Mendel in the year 1822 to 1884 he started his experiments on plant breeding and hybridization he started doing experiments on plant breeding and hybridization. Then he proposed the laws of inheritance. What he proposed? Laws of inheritance in living organisms. He started plant breeding. It means that he started growing varieties of plants. He started breeding varieties of plants. Very carefully he started observing. He started growing this plant. He started growing the same kind of plant. He started growing another same kind of plant. He saw. Please understand this carefully. Understand this concept carefully. This is also same plant. Even this is also same plant. He started growing both the plants of the same kind of nature. Both have same DNA. He found some plants are growing tall, some plants are growing short. He found this difference. Both were same kind of plants. Both were same kinds of plants. But one plant, the height is tall. The another plant, the height is short. In one plant, the seed looks round. In some plant, the seed is wrinkled. He found some changes. When he started plant breeding, anyhow, I'm going to explain about this concept. So first, let me to complete this introduction. So children, he started plant breeding and hybridization. He started doing the experiment. After that, he got some conclusions. After that, he got certain results. Those results he reformed as laws of inheritance. वो रिजल्ट्स को ने क्या कर डाला बेटा एक लॉ बना दिया he made that as a law where everyone should accept it सब जने एक्सेप्ट करना बोल को एक लॉ क्रिएट किया वो लॉ का नाम लॉ ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस so Mendel is known as the father of genetics very important question for 1 mark so Mendel is said to be a father of genetics Understood? Who is the father of genetics? If they ask, you should write Gregor Johann Mendel. His full name is Gregor Johann Mendel. He did the research and he started finding the variations. For my question, I told you in the beginning, remember? When I am black, you are black. Then how is our baby is white? These are the variations he got. Because that fellow came and asked, then Mendel was also confused how I should reply to him. Then he said that, sir, please give me some time. I will give you the reply for your question. Then he started doing this experiment on the plants and then he got the result. Then he told that fellow that, father, this happened even with you. When these kind of things can happen in a plant, then why it can't happen in the animals? Both we all are living beings. Concept is clear. Then plant selected by Mendel. See children, to do this experiment, this is important name of the plant. That is called as garden pea plant. So Mendel started doing the experiment on the plant. Which plant? Garden pea plant. That is also known as Pisum sativum. Pisum sativum. Important one mark question for multiple choice. Mendel started conducting an experiment. He started doing the experiment on which plant? Pea plant, garden pea or Pisum sativum. Understood? Or else the question can also be asked for you guys in such a way that, understood? On which type of plant Mendel started doing the experiment? In which type of plant Mendel did the experiment? In his, uh, okay, which type of plant did he choose? Mendel, which type of plant did he choose to conduct his experiment? Garden pea plant. That is also called as Pisum sativum. So Mendel used a number of contrasting characters for the garden pea plant. देखो बेटा garden pea plant को लेको एक दो garden pea plants को लिया बेटा और some varieties of garden pea plants को लिया बेटा मतलब कि they are from the same species. All are garden pea plants. Understood? In his garden, he started growing those garden pea plants. After he started growing, he found certain changes. He found certain differences. That is, as you can see, one seed shape was round, the other was wrinkled. One garden pea plant seed was round. The another garden pea plant seed is wrinkled. And seed color one was yellow and the other one was green. And the flower color one was violet and the other one was white. And pot shape you can see it is like a full shape and this is constricted shape. So these are the things he found. These are the few kind of things. These are the few differences he found while he was conducting his experiment. Both were of the same plant. When both are of the same plant, my dear students, then all should be round only. Then why some are wrinkled? Why some are wrinkled among them? That is a question. All should be round. Then why few are wrinkled? Again, it did research on this to know the reason behind that. To know the reason behind that. I'm telling the beginning story of the Mendel, how he started doing the experiment, and finally where he concluded his experiment. Understood? Yes, sir. That is what we are studying in this chapter. Mendel क्या research करे? अभी research ने एज करे. Starting क्या करे? Starting what he did? He took the pea plants. He started growing in his garden. After a certain time, he found these changes. All were the same species, but still one is not similar to the other. Why it is like this? He started questioning in himself. Then Mendel, what he did in his experiment, he chose the garden pea plant, as I said you, because of why? No, one more question. Why did Mendel choose only garden pea plant? So many plants are there, right? Then why did he use only pea plant? Why he didn't use some other plants for his experiment? Question, right? समझ में आया बेटा कई को वॉच प्लांट लिया उन्हें दूसरे भी प्लांट्स ले सकता था ना क्यों नहीं लिए why he didn't choose for that he gave the reason someone asked him why are you choosing only pea plants for your experiment then he replied to them that because availability of the detectable contrasting traits of several characters short lifespan of the plant normally allows self fertilization but cross fertilization can also be carried out and large number of seeds it can produce. Then students, he gave these four replies to them. The first reply is, this is the type of a plant. It has different contrasting traits. Several traits we can see in this plant. Many features it has. That's the reason I choose this plant. And it has a short lifespan. If I want to conduct my experiment, I don't want to wait for long years. Today you grow. Example I'm telling. Today you grow. Within 3 4 days the plant will grow. So that it will be easy for me to do the experiment and to see the changes. If I would have chosen some other plants, then I would have waited for 3 4 years to grow. After that I need to see the change. So I don't have that much time. I don't have that much time. Are you getting my point? Since I don't have that much time to wait and see the result, so I have chosen a short lifespan plant. Clear? So he chosen this plant. And this plant allows both kind of fertilization. Either you want, you can do self-fertilization or cross-fertilization. That is either self-pollination or cross-pollination. You can do anything by using this plant to grow. And also it produces large number of seeds. So these number of seeds will help me to understand the nature of the seed, whether it is round or wrinkled, or the color of the seed, or the nature of the seed, or the height of the seed. So these all contrasting features was present in them. That is only the reason I have chosen this plant for my experiment. So I have chosen this plant for my experiment. So Mendel conducted a series of experiments. Not only one experiment he did. Like this series of experiments he conducted, and he started crossing the pollinated plants to study one character at a time. When he started pollinating plants to study one character at a time, he started crossing one plant with another plant. He saw what made with the change. After this, again he took one plant, he took another plant, he did cross. Again he saw what made with the change. Again he took one plant, again he did another plant. Again he saw what made with the change. Like this, different plants he crossed with each other, and he saw certain changes in them. So on that changes, again he divided his conclusion into two types. Again he concluded his experiment into two types, that is called as monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. समझो बेटा, दो pea plants को ने cross करे. He crossed two different pea plants, right? Yes, sir. So when he did the cross between two different pea plants, then he divided that cross into two types. The one is monohybrid and the second one is dihybrid cross. So this monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross will help us to understand how we get the new varieties of plants. Some plants, how they are not appearing like that in their future. Some plants, how they are appearing like that only in their future. Some are not appearing, some are appearing. How is this possible, my dear friends? My dear friends, about this monohybrid and dihybrid cross, we are going to study in the next section. Okay, I hope the class is interesting for you all, guys. You have understood the basics about Johann Mendel and the basics about the chapter Heredity. So in our next class, we are going to continue the chapter Heredity with monohybrid and dihybrid, and how to draw the checkerboard, that is also called as Punnett square. So that is one of the most important question for 3 marks. So our next session will be very helpful for you guys, for examination point of view, and also for your knowledge point of view. So, if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, Shah Sir Classes, kindly do subscribe it and click the bell icon so that you can find the instant updates and notifications from our end time to time. And do not forget to click the like button, and also comment, kindly comment us how did you like this video and what did you find extra information, or what you have learned some additional things from our videos. If you are going to comment us, so that even we also will get to know like what we are doing and what we want to do next for you guys. Okay, thank you, take care, all the best, see you soon, take care, bye bye.